Hello everybody, this is Lucky and welcome back to Phoenix Wright. We're gonna go ahead and start on the trial. Good morning, Max. He doesn't look too happy. Max? What? But I have a glass of milk before I go on stage. I just can't function, sweetie. Stage? Don't worry, there won't be a stage. All you have to do is just sit down. I guess. Nick? Max is really nervous. That's understandable. Hey, my sweetie. What? You don't think I should fly, do you? Huh? You know, you gotta make a good first impression. When I enter the room, maybe I should fly in and warm up the crowd a little. No. We can't have you flying around in the courtroom. It just wouldn't be right. Imagine if you hit someone. Don't worry, Max, just do what it says and everything will be okay. Oh. What is it this time, huh? Why don't you try flying into the courtroom? I can see it now. The dashing young lawyer flying fabulously from above. One blip of that and everyone in the room will be on your side. Max, really, no one needs to fly today. Nick, what's with that look in your eyes? I like the sound of that. Dashing young lawyer flying fabulously. That does sound like fun. Now the case of one. Ah, what? Your Honor, get on with it. Oh, sorry. I just realized that the defendant's name is Billy Bob Johns. So, well, isn't it the defendant also known as Maximilian Pilato? Yes, Your Honor. You have to go by that name. You know, my grandchild is a huge fan of this. I think everyone here wouldn't mind if we called the defendant Maximilian Pilato. Sounds more friendly. I wonder if that's our advantage. This would come at your omen statement, if you please. I hope you didn't bother thinking you'd win this one, Mr. Phoenix, right? Huh? That spirit channeling child was a sham. I refuse to acknowledge its legitimacy. It did not count, you do hear me? She must still be upset about what happened last time. You have no chance. Zero. Nada. I'm not losing this case. Why, you ask? Because that's not the nature of a one-timer to lose anything. I guess being born with a one-timer name is a free pass to be arrogant and annoying. Watch and learn, Mr. Phoenix, right? I'll show you the textbook procedure for proving how absolutely guilty you are. Me? Guilty? Ah, what are you talking about? It will be my ultimate revenge. It's not like I'll bring her dad back. There, opening statement. So let's hurry up and wrap this up. This waste of time. Well, you may call your first witness Miss Bonterma. This has a dumb shoe. Get up there now. He doesn't look too happy. Trying to keep you from work out. I'm sure you need every penny you can earn, detective. You mention it, it's no trouble at all. I've been looking forward to this. Very well, I would like to begin to shed the light on the events in question. At your service, sir. Alright, detective, you may proceed with your testimony. At the night of the crime, snow was falling until 9:40 p.m., making it extremely cold out. All the circus performers were gathered in the big top to practice their routine. The practice session broke up around 10 p.m. The murder itself took place in the plaza in front of the lodging house at 10:15. The victim was found bent over a wooden box dead as a doornail. The cause of death was blunt force trauma that snapped the vertebrae in his neck. I see. He was beaten to death. Here's the autopsy report for the victim. Court accept this into evidence. A blunt object. Very well. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Let's see. They mean to have to press on all of these. Let me ask you about the snow. It was nearly a blizzard up until the time of the crime. Did it pile up? It wasn't much big a deal, maybe about an inch and a half. It was on the ground. Snow froze in place and stayed underground until the next day. Snow. Let me see. There's gotta be more to this. Huh? What's the matter, Nick? I need to take a look at the court record. With the gumshoe breed, the numbers of the circus doing in the non-low crime. When you say all of the circus performance, who do you mean? Everyone but the dancers and staff were there. Regina, the animal tamer, Mo the clown, Ben the ventriloquist, and of course the defendant Maximilian Dilatada and the victim, the ringmaster. I almost forgot. Richard the tiger was there as well. Out of curiosity, what about the circus monkey? When I was investigating yesterday, he happened to snatch my wristwatch. Detective, you are welcome to file a police report after the proceeding. After practice was over, where did everyone head off to? Gina was playing with Regent. Momo went back to the room, tired from work. Then the ventriloquist went to the front gate, absorbed in its own little world. Ringmaster and Master went off to the ringmaster's room to talk privately. Talk privately, huh? That's awfully suspicious. You wouldn't happen to know what they were talking about, would you? Seemed they were negotiating Max's salary. Actually, Max was asking for Regina's hand in marriage. Be a bit more specific about the event at 10:15. Okay, no problem, pal. We've got witness that told us the whole thing. Ow! It's totally meaningless. Time to move on. Alright. We'll just have to revisit the testimony later. Detective Yamchi, would you mind telling us how the victim met his end? Wooden box. That's right. Victim must have been carrying the wooden box when he was killed. Carrying the box, huh? It was a rather strange wooden box, Your Honor. What do you mean? Well, it was much heavier than it looked. Not to mention it was locked. Locked, you say? Maybe on my only chance, I might as well ask some questions. Would you mind telling us what was inside the box? Well, when we found the box, it was locked tighter than Fort Knox. So we took it back to the station and cracked it open. All that was inside was this little bottle. A bottle? What was that, Detective? Exactly what it looks like, Your Honor. It's a condiment bottle. What's inside the bottle? It's filled with pepper. Pepper? It looks more like salt than pepper. What the world was that locked in the box? There was only one little bottle in that huge box. I wonder if it has some sort of special meaning. See, it looks more like salt than pepper. According to the autopsy report, the murder weapon was a blunt object, correct? You done your homework, pal? And And you haven't found this murder weapon, have you? The police are searching for it as we speak. My theory is that something with the perpetrator ran off. You think so, especially since you didn't find it on the scene? No, I bet he made it disappear with magic, huh? Well, I think we have a good feel for the details of the event now. Guess that's all we're gonna get out of them in this case. I mean, we're all gonna get him out of him with that little bottle of pepper? Now that we've wrapped up with the detective, I'd like to call my next witness. Huh? I'm not even off the stand yet. Obviously, that's due to you to be slow and unable to take a hint. I don't know, but wrapped up has such a mean sound to it. I'm sensitive die. Thank you very much, Detective Gumshoe. You may step down. Ms. Von Traum will call your next witness. I'd like to call Mr. Benjamin Woodman to the stand. She must have been talking about Ben the ventriloquist. Wonder if Trila will show up on the stand as well. Yeah, he will. Yep, he is. Please state your name and occupation for the record. My full name is Triloquist. I'm employed as an opera tenor. Excuse me? The witness called to stand was one Benjamin Woodman, the ventriloquist. The robe must be cutting off your circulation. I said I was a singer. Maybe you don't believe me. Fine, I'll grace you with a song. Just like a woman? What do you think? You had a good rhyme. Just the lyrics. They leave something to be desired, so to speak. Trila, you know better than to insult a judge. Shut up, just look at your nose. You would think you have some sense to fix it. It's so ugly I want to punch you in the face. On the off chance of swelling will help. You know that your nose is the reason you'll never be an A-list star. Celebrities must really enjoy hearing everything that flashes into the mind. What's going on here? Order! Don't worry about me, Sarah. I'm not worried about you and them. More of a test. Ouch! You won't get anywhere trying to figure out this witness now. Let's proceed. Once practice was over, I left the tent with the stooge and clown. Once we got to the lodging house, I ditched him and went back to the plaza's entrance. That's when I saw Max heading toward the scene of the crime. He was the only one heading that way. How could the hunt not be the killer? Then the police showed up and took the magic boy away. You saw Michelangelo heading toward the scene? Are you sure about that? Without a doubt, he had on a silk hat, cloak, and dumb white roses on the chest. How can you mistake someone with that crazy get-up and his nose stuck up so high? That's enough. If we all get the picture. Just one thing. You ditched the clown. That's right, dress boy. Well, since you weren't with him, shouldn't that mean the clown committed the crime? Got a point. What a shame. It was a nice theory, but the clown can't be the culprit. Why's that? Here's the absolute proof. A silk hat? It was found at the scene of the crime. It belonged to the defendant. Without question, he was wearing his signature hat during practice. The clown was the murderer. There would be no reason to be this hat at the scene. Well done, Miss Von Traum. Your prosecutorial skills are quite unrivaled. Well done. Thank you for stating the obvious. And thank you for stating that, Mr. Feener, right? What do you have to say? Okay, I guess she's the boss again today. saw Max and only Max, right, Trilo? That's right. And that makes him the killer. There was only one person headed that way that night. That makes quite a bit of sense and makes Max one suspicious character. One more to the story that meets the eye. Is there something I'm missing now? That's a bit strange, don't you think? What's strange? That you only saw Max. Doesn't it seem like you have seen someone else as well? What? Where are you going with this much up, right? Take that! That's the victim. That's correct. The trailer was on the entrance of the plaza. He should have been seeing the ringmaster as well. Ah! Obviously, the ringmaster arrived at the scene of the crime before the witness could have seen him. Anyone with a sense could figure that one out. What are you talking about? The ringmaster and Max went up together to the ringmaster's room. Is that, according to the defendant, a likely story? If Maximilian Galacta was supposed to be in the ringmaster's room, why was he just at the witness stated in the crime scene of the crime? Whatever was someone else. I see. Seems that at this stage, I have no reason to doubt this witness's testimony, and there are clearly no conclusive contradictions. That's right. Berlin, Your Honor, now let's move along with the testimony. So the one happened to have an ulterior motive for incriminating Max, right? The Max is part of a bitter love triangle with Regina. And probably why Max conked him over the head. Next, wasn't Ben the one who got knocked over the head? Yeah. I think so. I don't know anymore. I'm not trying to police arrive at the scene. I suppose they would have been around. Hey, what time was it? Huh? I think it was around, let's say, a bit after 10:30 p.m. I think. Practice ended at 10 p.m. So you hung around the lodging house the entire time. I guess that's about right. Wasn't it awfully cold? I can't believe you just stand outside in the weather. Well, the truth is, will you shut up, you bit no dope? Why are you telling him anything extra? I can't believe that we just stand outside in that weather. Well, maybe you were waiting for someone? What? Who said we were waiting for someone? Objection! Right? We all can do without your offhanded theories. Objection! But this witness, he's cracking under pressure already. Onto something. Not the right? Who do you think is supposed the witness waiting for out in the cold night? Take that! Well, if he was waiting outside in the cold, it was for one person. And that one person only, he was waiting for the animal tamer, Regina. You were waiting outside for Regina to come back to the lodging house. Am I mistaken? Let's see something real quick. She's 16. Wow. Imagine the puppet, like a puppet of him that he is holding is like makes them older than she is. Good God. Is this true? Well, you can't really ask me that question. Who cares who I was waiting for that night? What's important is what I saw. Don't you forget it. Well. That puppet may be a bit stiff, but he's right. Alright. There's obviously a reason why this witness was there that night. Spent all that time waiting for Regina to arrive. Moreover, even if someone else would have walked right in front of him, I doubt he would have paid him a second thought.
Objection!
What did you just say? The witness saw the defendant's hand on crime.
Objection!
However, he did not see the victim on the way to his eventual demise. If you accept that, then you must accept that there is a high likelihood that he could have missed someone else other than Max heading the— Ow! There's absolutely no proof that the witness is waiting for the animal tamer. I guess you got me. Alright. I spilled the beans for real this time. True, I was waiting for Virginia. Don't volunteer a thing. Mr. Quist, tell us the truth this time. And I mean the whole truth. Were you or were you not waiting for Virginia at the entrance to the lodging house? I was waiting to propose to her. You what? Waiting to propose? What's the matter? You think humans can have a monopoly on marriage? That the matter of puppet marriage is not under review in this case. You're the judge. Look at your horrible outfit. More pain. Thanks, you're bubbling. My perfect plan is not so perfect anymore. Now we have to waste time to get to the bottom of some silly proposal by a puppet. I think it's quite odd for a puppet to marry a human. Don't be surprised when I was gonna propose to Regina. Even I had something to give her. I kept it in my pocket waiting for the chance to propose and give to her. Of course, I also had it in my pocket that night as a present for her. In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I still have it in my pocket. You were going to propose. You, a puppet? Don't be obtuse. Of course, just because I'm a puppet doesn't mean I can't love. I guess you're right. Just because I'm old doesn't mean I can't propose to her too. Exactly. His honor is looking a little less than honorable right now. Okay, Miss Wright, please continue with your cross-examination. What was that sigh in the end? Yeah, what was it with that sigh? Don't be so surprised I was going to propose to Regina. I even had something to give her. I kept it in my pocket waiting for the chance to propose and give it to her. Of course, I also had it in my pocket that night. It was a present for her. In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I still got it in my pocket. How about it, Nick? I think it's time to unwrap the toy's testimony. That's the spirit, Nick. Give him heck. Judge had that dazed and confused look again. Maybe he should get out more. What was it exactly when I planned on giving her? You know exactly why I was going to give her numbskull. The only thing I could find that would match Regina's beauty. Answer his question, what was it? You're gonna die when you hear this. An engagement ring. Engagement ring? Those two nearly fell off their chairs. Phoenix Wright's joke has gone too far. Time for this to end right here. Francisca's whip was like about to lash out almost anything. One hit from that thing will probably shut someone up for a long time. Maybe something of a joke, but a historic moment. The first time a puppet ever proposed to— Ow! I advise you to cut this argument short. I'm gonna have to agree with the defense here. Would the witness please revise their testimony? Specifically about the engagement ring. I like to stick to fact, not psychology. You You sure enjoy sweating the details, especially for a man in a black bathrobe. Trilo, you don't mind if I show you something? What is it? What are you talking about? Uh-oh. Looks like they're doing the double team on me now. You recognize this ring? Ah, that's mine. Give it back, thief. Thief! Didn't you just testify this very object I believe you said? In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I still have it in my pocket. Why then do I have it right here? What's going on here? Ben, say something. Don't put me on the spot like that, Trilo. I found this in Money's room. Money's room? You mean the moon? A room they put money in, like a bank vault? Ha, that filthy monkey is gonna get what's coming to him. Mr. Crush, I would have preferred if you avoid slandering the innocent Fiats in my court. Well, Your Honor, Money is really is a monkey, in every sense of the word. Oh, I see. Well then. Money likes to go after the shiniest things he can find and gather them up. Shiny things? Trilo, when was this ring stolen from you? Well, I suppose it was that time, you know. That night, the night of the crime. What did you just say? Details. I need more details. Well, it was stolen right after Master showed up in the plaza. Right when you saw the defendant walk past, correct? Well, I guess you might, be able to say that. The ring might have, well, it could have been taken around that time. Ben, what's with you? Oh, whatever. It had nothing to do with anything, especially not who committed the murder. And not for you to decide what had to do with that. With what? Now, Trilo, back to the topic at hand. I haven't admitted a thing, not I, but the Triloquist. What did you do when the ring was taken, Trilo? You know exactly what I did. I chased after that ring-snatching monkey Money. You weren't able to catch up with him, were you? It's all the slow, loafy fool called Ben's fault. While he was fumbling his way through the snow, that dumb monkey was able to get away. That is indeed a terrible shame. Well, this does indeed prove one very important point. Prove an important point? What point could that be? There's a huge contradiction in the witness's testimony. Contradiction? The witness just testified the following effect. Up until the police arrived, he didn't move from the entrance to the plaza. However, the witness just stated that he chased after Money the monkey. When the witness was off chasing Money, there was no one in watching the plaza. What's the meaning of all this, Mr. Phoenix, right? What are you going on with this little theory of yours? I'm saying that there is no possible way that his witness saw the plaza the entire time. Yeah, since he was like too distracted by Money the monkey. That's where I'm going with this little theory, which leads me to my next checkpoint. Or my next point. It's entirely possible that someone other than the defendant was at the scene. Well then, tell me this, Mr. Phoenix, right? Do you have any proof that something slipped past this vigilant ventriloquist? Well, he obviously didn't see the victim, the ringmaster, arrive on the scene. However, that did not change the fact he saw the defendant arrive. But what if it was someone else, dressed like him? The witness is lying. He was blinded by his rivalry with Matt. Well, the defense argument does hold water. This witness does have a history of animosity toward the defendant. What? How dare you? I won't lie just to get that dirtface in trouble. He's not even worth it. I saw him, no doubt about it. I saw that worthless liar. Well, just for clarity's sake, let's flesh out exactly who you saw that night. Ha! I told you so many times. You'd think you know my story is not changing. You've already changed your story, stick boy. I'm sure it will change some more. Where there's one lie, there's usually many more behind it. Exactly, Maya. That's why we have to keep after him. Okay. Let's do this. I'll give you that. I was waiting for that night for Regina. But doesn't change the fact that I saw Max in the plaza that night. He showed up after I had been waiting there for about 5 minutes. Said good evening to him, but he didn't even acknowledge my presence. Well, I was so sure it was him. I saw Max and Melinda after the same. No way I could mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols. That means money didn't show up until after you saw Matt. That's right, money ran up less than a minute after I saw Matt. Then money snatched the ring and you were out chasing after him? How long was it until you came back to where you were waiting? Well, let's see. I'd say about 5 minutes, I think. So the victim could have arrived at the scene in that 5-minute stretch. The right? Please proceed with your cross-examination. Testified that you said good evening to Matt that night. You must enjoy asking incredibly obvious questions. You say good morning in the morning and good afternoon during the day, right? And it's obvious that I'd say good night to someone that night. What then? You got something to add? Let me guess. That's not it, Trilo. You got say good evening that night. I'm sorry, Trilo. Correct, I prefer if we kept their ventriloquist at the outside of the courtroom. Possible. The foreigner lives and breathes at performances. You should know better. Can't be something wrong with this bit of testimony. Isn't that a bit strange to you? What do you mean? Well, if you hate Max so much, why did you bother being nice to him? It strikes me as somewhat strange. True. Why would it strike you as strange? Exactly. How is it strange to deal with one with their cold workers? Well, if it was simply just being turtle to the cold worker, then I would understand. Ow! That hurt! Maybe you should think of having proof before your lips start flapping next time. Proof is everything in this world, and you should have learned that back in grade school. There's no reason that Trilo would ever say something nice to Matt. But how do I go about proving that with the evidence? Bluffing is everything in this world, but I'm sure you already learned that one. I guess I can give it a shot. This witness was assumed his testimony. Those 3 ridiculous symbols, huh? Okay, so let's see. How many times have you asked that question by now? If we're gonna ask again, I'll answer with the chorus. Everyone together now. Thank you very much. Maya, you didn't have to join in, did you? But it's fun shutting out with everyone else. There had to be a hole in his testimony somewhere. I agree, but do we have the proof to make something stick? We can do a try, right now? We've gotta have something that will prove useful. Alright, time to go to work. Trilo, is it not true that you had a fight with Max on the day of the murder? A fight? Fight over Regina to be exact? It wasn't a big deal. It was just an argument. A disagreement at most. A disagreement usually end with someone getting cut over the head. Ah! That morning bed got clobbered over the head by Max Denny. What? Is that a mission of assault and battery? Ouch! Before we handle that, we should wrap up the defendant's murder charge first. The truth of that is the day of the crime, the defendant and witness had a huge fight. There's absolutely no way they could have suddenly become turtle that evening. Moreover, just consider the personality of the witness on stand. There's no way a puppet this lewd will just up and say good evening to his rival. It's true. Are you saying this witness is lying? That he's lying to frame the defendant by claiming to have seen him on the scene of the crime? I didn't tell a single lie, honestly. I just... Only if you had a nose like Pinocchio that rose. That's enough for you, Mr. Quest. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. Let's clarify this testimony for the court. Could you explain your theory about who the witness actually saw that night? It's my belief that the witness didn't see someone that night. Or just someone else. That's who he said goodnight to, or good evening to. What kind of theory is that? The correct one. Furthermore, I don't believe the person the witness saw was Max at all. What? If he had truly met Max that night, there would have been no reading at all. Which means there's only one proper answer. The person the witness saw that night was not Maximilian Lafayette. This is why Trilo made the first degree whoever was that he saw that evening. Or good evening, as he put it. What in the world, you? The defendant kindly explained who it was that Trilo saw that evening then.
Take that!
In all comfort the witness, there's only one person he would rate. It must be Regina. It's Regina, right? She's so cute. No, Your Honor. It's not Regina. If it was Regina, then Trilo would have given her the endangered ring as a present. Oh yeah. I suppose you got a point there. It was Russell Berry, the victim himself, was it not? You're correct, that was indeed Russell Berry. The person you saw that the evening with the victim, the ringmaster, was Russell Berry. That's why you greeted him, Trilo, isn't that correct? Answer the question. Ah! At first I thought it was the old man, but once I got a better look at him, it was obviously Maximilian Galacticus. I think it's high time that we clear the air about this question. Mr. Quest obviously witnessed a single person in the area of the plaza that evening. problem was identifying who exactly that person was. Was it Maximilian? Or was it the ringmaster, one Russell Berry? The prosecution argued that with the defendant saw the witness that night. Witnesses clearly stated that he saw the defendant's three symbols. Three symbols? Alright, this is getting old, come on man, you gotta remember them by now. Here we go again, everyone, all together now. Ow. Yes, we know. The silk hat, cloak, and white roses. The silk hat and the cloak. Anyone could wear them, even look good on me. What was that? Yeah, anybody could wear them. Well, the witness has initially repeated that he saw a match of three symbols. However, do we really know it was Maximilian Galactica? It could have been someone else dressed up like him. Possibly even Russell Berry. What? Ms. Von Karma? You have clear evidence that the person the witness saw was the defendant? Well, if that's the case, then it's impossible for me to make a judgment at this point. I think we finally won a point in this one. Very unfortunate. Huh? You're just a little too excited for your own good, Mr. Phoenix, right? What do you mean by that? You merely established one thing from this witness. You established that this witness saw one person in the plaza that night. I applaud you on your effort, but who that person was, it can only be answered by the next witness. Huh? Your Honor, the prosecution will provide beyond a shadow of doubt an answer to that question, and evidence that clearly establishes one thing. That there's no one other than Maximilian Galactica responsible for the crime. But what if it was someone else that did it? Or something. What if? Very well. The court will take a 10-minute recess. During that time, I will request the prosecution prepare their next witness. Court is now in recess. Alright. How chaotic was that, right? I'm gonna go ahead and call it here for now. If you guys enjoyed the video, feel free to hit that like button below and subscribe for more videos to come. See you guys later. Bye guys.